Tuesday morning, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 1 to 2.5 FM weather. A blend of sun and clouds today in the mid to upper 70s to near 80. South wind 10 to 15. Clouds and showers and maybe a thunderstorm overnight near 60. A better chance of showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Wednesday night. There might be a severe thunderstorm. And the high Wednesday in the mid 70s and those temperatures near 60 Wednesday night. More showers and thunderstorms near 70 for Thursday. Educate, entertain, and empower. We're KLEK 1 to 2.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Mass funerals have started in Sri Lanka on a day of mourning for the victims of Sunday's terror attacks. Climate protests in the UK are into their second week, with 1,000 people now arrested. North Korean state media says leader Kim Jong-un will hold talks in Russia with President Vladimir Putin soon. And Samsung's delaying the global launch of its foldable smartphone after reviews revealed serious issues with its display.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quabila Jones, and my special guests today are from the Rotary Club of Jonesboro. I have Mr. Hatton Weeks and Mr. Jerry Brackett. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so we're going to start out by first having you all introduce yourselves since this is your first time here in the KLEK studio. So, Mr. Jerry?
Well, I'm a retired architect, and I'm a member of the Jonesboro Rotary Club, which is why we're here.
All right.
And just enjoying working on our fantastic centennial project downtown.
And so you all will actually be doing a ribbon cutting on this Friday, so we would love for the whole community to come out and support all of the work that you all have put into this project.
We'd love to have everybody come out and see the project and see what kind of space that we're trying to provide for the people of Jonesboro, and I think it'll be a festive event. We've got some extremely high-powered people to come. We've got the president-elect of the Rotary International is going to be there,
oh my goodness,
Mark Maloney, and that's a big honor to have him here. And we've got district leaders and local Rotarian leaders that are going to be there, as well as the city leaders that partners with us, the mayor, and a lot of the people that we're going to recognize at that ceremony. We're going to have a lot of entertainment as well. There'll be some vendors. When I say vendors, these will be high school artists will have their work on display. There's going to be some other, I think if I'm not incorrect, I think the Jonesboro High School Jazz Band is going to perform a little bit, and we've got some other entertainment lined up. So it should be a good time starting around 3 with the dedication starting about 4 o'clock.
All right, that sounds like a great time. What a way to spend a Friday afternoon.
And it's supposed to be beautiful weather once we get through this rain.
All righty then, we're looking forward to that. And Mr. Hatton, can you give us an introduction of yourself?
Sure, I've been in the Rotary Club about a year.
Okay.
And my day job, I'm the general manager at KAIT.
All right.
And third tour of duty there. So glad to be back at KAIT and in Jonesboro. And like Jerry, wanted to be in Rotary just to find a way to give back. Okay. And Rotary is all about service and giving back and supporting the community. And this Centennial Plaza is coming up on a 3-year project, something that was started in 2016. And the Rotary members wanted to do something to give to the city to celebrate our 100th year in the city of Jonesboro.
That's amazing. I want to read just a little bit from the placard that I have. It says, on August 1st, 1919, 25 young businessmen met at the Hotel Noble to form the world's 520th Rotary Club. They adopted the purpose of Rotary to foster friendships, enhance business contacts, and make a difference in their community and the world. Now, from you all's experience and from being in and from traveling and meeting other members of the Rotary Club, do you feel that Rotary has just really grown and embodied this mission statement over the years?
Yeah, I think it's, there's 1.2 million Rotarians in the world. And something that's exciting for me, I've had the opportunity to attend some international events. And here in the United States, we're kind of spoiled in a way because we have so many people that help and do things, and we have good networks. But when you travel around the world, being a Rotarian is an extremely high honor in most communities, because there are people that may not have the financial resources that we have, but yet they're bond together to try to improve their situation and of their community and their country. And so it's an exciting thing to do the international, but again, for most of us, it's home, and it's our community that we're trying to better and to make it a great place for everyone.
All right. And so with the, I keep wanting to say plaza that is coming, that it will be unveiled, do you feel that this space will kind of drive that message home of what it means to be in the Rotary Club and what the Rotary Club actually provides for the city of Jonesboro?
Well, it is it's a fantastic public space that we think is needed downtown. When you look at the venues that are really needed, you need a public space. You need somewhere where you can do arts and crafts festivals, farmers markets, those types of events, concerts, small concerts. Right now, you have a parking lot that you have to block off for, or Main Street or Church Street, and there is no public space, and this really fills a void that's needed downtown. And Jerry, with his experience and working with a team with the Rotary Club, put together a multi-use space that really packs a lot of different elements into that plaza.
That's awesome. And so, again, this is in honor, recognition, celebration of the 100th year of the Rotary Club being in Jonesboro. And so you said before that this has been years in the making. So did the members decide, okay, we need to do something really big? Like 100 years is amazing. That's a milestone. So we need to come out with a bang.
That's why 3 years ago a committee was formed, knowing that this day was going to come. And the committee did a great job. They surveyed needs. They looked at chamber assessments. They looked at downtown Jonesboro's assessments, the city's assessments. The big goal was to come up with a project that would make a significant impact, but at the same time one that we could afford and felt like that we could raise the money for and sustain. It's important that part, maintain for a long time. So over a course of a long process, we decided that we could improve that space downtown, close the street, make a public space that was not on the street. And so from that point, more committees went together, and we pulled together a team of users and stakeholders, and we tried to get all their ideas and what kind of events they might want to do downtown. And the local architects formed a collaborative and engineers and donated their services and led a design team that came up with this idea. And it took a long time to develop, and then of course we had to do all the construction documents and technical things, and that's how the space became about. I do want to say that in addition to providing that space, we wanted something that would keep Rotary in mind to the Jonesboro community. So there are some Rotary symbols out there. Okay. There's a history plaque, and there's going to be some donor plaques, and there's some really nice things that are going to be there to remind the community that for 100 years we've been here trying to do things with our Arkansas Sports Show and funding all the different projects that we have in our local community. So it's just a reminder also. It also pays homage to where we started at the Noble Hotel. You'll see some graphic mural representations and symbolism that has to do with the Noble Hotel, even though it wasn't on that side. It was across from the courthouse. But that's where we began, and we kind of wanted, everybody's forgotten about the Noble, and we kind of wanted to preserve that little bit of history too.
It's amazing. And this will be here for generations to come, and hopefully, their family members will tell the story and continue the legacy and keep the memory alive of not just Rotary, but this space as well. And so for future generations to have a deeper appreciation of what has been gifted. I'm going to say gifted to them, because this space will be totally free to access. And so let's go into how someone can possibly go about reserving space for whatever event they choose.
Well, once the plaza is dedicated this week, it'll actually be handed back to the city of Jonesboro, to the city government. I believe it is free to reserve the space, but there is a deposit. I believe it's a cleaning deposit. So I think you can go through the Parks Department, City of Jonesboro Parks Department. And, while a lot of the architects donated their time to make this happen, that was the beginning of a lot of donations that we were able to raise, and a lot of materials that were just given, a lot of construction companies, City Water and Light, Jerry, you probably know, a lot of people who gave their time and materials to make this work.
The project wouldn't have been possible, and I can't tell you how wonderful it was the way we were received by all the people that might have products and materials and labor. And I hesitate to mention any of those because we had so many.
Okay.
But without them, we had concrete donated and contracting services and materials and steel and all sorts of things. And in addition to that, we had approximately 50 people that donated either material or monetarily from $2,000 to $35,000 or $40,000. It's a significant project, even though much of it's underground. I don't know if you remember the space, but we had overhead electrical, and we had some drainage issues, and one of our requirements was that the city help us put that underground and get those safety items out of the way, close the street, and help define the space. But the park wouldn't be there. Rotary always has partnered with people to achieve things, and that's the way we work. Use our resources and then partner with people. And people have stepped up in the Jonesboro community, and without them, the plaza wouldn't be there. So we owe them a great gratitude, and they will be recognized out there at the park in plaques and other things. I keep saying park, but it is a plaza. I don't want you to confuse you with Centennial Park out at Craighead Forest, which was Rotary International's 100th birthday. But our plaza, like I said, wouldn't have been possible without the extreme generosity of all the people in our community.
Right. I want to highlight here in the brochure, it says the plaza will be inclusive, flexible, and built for entertainment events and performances. From a daytime farmers market to a nighttime wedding, the space will host a variety of events such as arts and crafts, live music festivals, Alive After 5, Cinco de Mayo, movies in the park, and I'm sure the list can go on and on and on. So again, this space will benefit everyone in the community, and I love how it also mentions it will transform the block between Main and Church and offer endless enjoyment for all ages and abilities, and that's very important. That's one thing I'm trying to raise more awareness on, is making some spaces more accessible to everyone in the community. I understand there are just some places that may not be able to be redesigned or reconstructed or redone, for lack of a better word, for those with disabilities. However, I'm glad that you had the forethought to say, okay, let's make it inclusive for those maybe in wheelchairs or they use other assistive devices or have other abilities. It
was important to the city as well. The vending, where the vendors set up, extreme effort was made to make sure from all angles it's accessible, flat enough, no matter how they set tables up. There's a way around and through the amphitheater. And when you said inclusive, there's a nice little thing that I haven't mentioned, but there are 4 musical instruments that are going to be placed that hopefully this week. they're xylophones and drums and things, and they're tuned together so that little kids can go up. I say little kids, I'll be banging on them too. But they're tuned together so that, a lot of times you're down there, and last night I was there and there were some young people running around, and it gives them something to go over and play, and kind of an artistic thing. So that we're trying to include something there for everyone.
That's amazing. Now, outside of, say, scheduled reservations for the space, can people say if they're just kind of walking downtown or hanging out, maybe take a chair and just sit and enjoy the space, have lunch, or just read a book or whatever?
Absolutely. And the alleyway between there where in front of the Forum where this is located between Church and Main, we included that alleyway towards Main Street as part of the improvement project. And as Jerry mentioned, we blocked that street off. I have school-age kids, and if they're taking classes with the Foundation of Arts over on Main Street and they walk that alleyway over to the Forum, if that street's open, it can be a little dangerous, especially if you're trying to wrangle 25 kids. So they made efforts to improve the safety along that little stretch of road by just blocking it off, adding some additional features to make it safer. And it's a great space, and I know that it's really helped the Forum. I believe they recently received some grants to improve some of the things inside the Forum to renovate it. So that area of downtown is going to be fantastic over the next year. And when before I joined Rotary, speaking of school-age kids, I would take my kids to Centennial Park out at Cricket Forest Park, and I knew that it was a Rotary project, and it was a fantastic park. And then a few years later, Fort Rotary was added, which is a fantastic park if you have little kids. And that's what I knew of Rotary. But now to have been in Rotary for a year, to realize the impact that we make in the community, that we really look for projects that we can give back to the community. It's all about community service with Rotary. Excited to be a part of it.
That's amazing. And so do you, after this event, after this plaza is, the ribbon cutting is done and people are starting to utilize that space, maybe in the next, say, 5, 10 or so many years, do you foresee more pop-up projects somewhere along the line on various sides of town, or has it already been in the talks?
I would hope so.
Okay.
We're constantly looking for that. I think a project this large, it took something special for us. It was a huge effort. Mm-hmm. And these size projects maybe not come quite so often, but every year we have a service committee.
Okay.
And we fund a lot of nonprofits or help fund nonprofits, and anybody that has a project or sees a need, whether it's reading or lunches for children or anything like that, our committee's constantly searching to make sure that we're meeting those needs, and to the best of our ability try to achieve what they might need.
I really hope to see the community come out and enjoy this space. I was looking on the back of this brochure, and it just reminded me, okay, the weather's getting nicer, and hopefully it's consistently nice, not too much rain. People can bring their kids out or bring groups of kids out and enjoy the outdoors versus having them stuck inside all the time. Bring instruments, or I don't want to say toys, bring things to help them be more creative and imaginative outside.
Yes. And
get to enjoy nature as it's meant to be enjoyed. Would there be particular trees or plants or flowers or things?
There has been some landscaping applied. The big sunscreens that we put up are kind of our fake trees.
Okay.
They look like trees, but there is some landscaping there. And I do want to point out that if you do come out that day for the dedication, besides the entertainment that's free and everything, part of our celebration is at 7 o'clock. There's an oldies show in in the forum, and so we're all going to move into there, and it's a fantastic show if you haven't seen it. It is a ticketed event.
It is.
I think it's $20 a ticket. So, there's an opportunity there Friday afternoon, and the weather's going to be great to maybe see some free entertainment, some paid entertainment, enjoy yourself and enjoy the weather, and come out and help us celebrate.
You're going to want to get those tickets. I think it'll sell out, so you can go to the Foundation of Arts website and buy your tickets online there before while they still have them. And the weather's going to be fantastic.
And I want to remind everyone the Foundation of Arts is a nonprofit organization, so the money you spend there, again, goes back into the community and the services they provide. They have wonderful programs for the kids to enjoy of all ages, between dance, singing, and acting, and just a variety of things. So please check out the Foundation of Arts. But also, is there a website people can go to concerning the Rotary Club so they can get more information? Or if they're interested in becoming a member or making a donation of any kind, where can they go?
There is a website. You can go to Jonesboro Rotary Club, I believe. We would love to have you as a part of our club, and over the years we're not as stringent about attendance. What we care about is your involvement in the community. So if you're a busy person but think you don't have time, you really do, and we would love to have you join our forces. And we are growing. We've added 19 members, I think, this year. We hope the next 100 years will just get bigger and better, and you certainly are welcome to be a part of it.
All right. I just want to remind you the website again is jonesbororotary.org. And so go there, look for more information, and maybe sign up to become a member and do your part to help improve the quality of the community and the individuals that live within this space. I am all about community service and trying to help increase the quality of everyone's life to the best of my abilities. All right, so in our last few moments, with any final words of encouragement, any messages that you want to drive home to get people to come on out and tell us again, date, time, location.
Great place, Friday afternoon, Centennial Plaza, right in front of the forum. The weather's going to be great. There's going to be a great crowd out there to help us dedicate this plaza. So come on out, and then go online, buy your tickets at the Foundation of Arts for the Oldies Show Friday night before they're all gone.
Okay, you don't want to miss out. And this will give you the opportunity to meet your fellow residents of Jonesboro, maybe surrounding areas as well. Do you hope to have people come from maybe Truman, Montreat, and West Memphis, and even Blythe, Osceola, and all the surrounding areas?
We are celebrating our district conference as well this weekend here in Jonesboro, so there will be Rotarians from
Little Rock.
All over our district, which covers much of the state. So we expect a lot of out-of-towners, and I think they're going to enjoy it and see what Rotary's doing in this community, which is one of the reasons we get together once a year to see what everybody's doing in their community and get ideas. So I think they're going to see some nice things, and over the years the clubs are going to start getting to be 100 years, so maybe we can lead them into their celebration. Alrighty.
And I always have to ask everyone this: is there a youth division, or will there ever be a youth, say 18 and under division?
We sponsor, the Jonesboro Rotary Club sponsors 4 Interact clubs.
Okay.
Interact is our high school equivalent, and we have clubs at Jonesboro, Nettleton, Valley View, and
West Side.
Okay.
Each week, some of them come to our meetings. They've adopted the Rotary ideals, and they do great projects in their schools. We give them scholarships every year, and they're actually, it sometimes embarrasses you. These young people can get out and get it done, and some of these Rotarians are sitting there and say, wow, I don't know if I can follow that, So yes, and we do have a lot of things that are aimed at the youth, and that's one of our focus areas.
All right. I want to thank Mr. Jerry and Mr. Hatton for joining us today. Thank you, everyone out there, for supporting and listening to KLEK. We hope you have a great and blessed day.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5.